Hi, Hazel. How you doing?
Doctor.
Are you ready? This is really like a revision rhinoplasty and reconstructive.
Right.
But it's also aesthetic because we want to make this nose amazing.
I feel like it's just hanging down. Like everyone says that I have like a toucan Sam nose.
Oh, if this is a cliff, it's like all the tip cartilage is falling off of that cliff. So we got to lift this back up, make it gorgeous and narrow. Yeah. Your septum's curved like this. You ready to do this?
Born ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark the incision. So here's her cartilage of her tip. You can see how flimsy this part is, how flat and bulky this is. We're gonna completely reshape it. I do need this cartilage to rebuild her nose. I'm gonna shave down some of her bony hump. There's scar tissue all over the place, which makes this a little more challenging. So we're looking at her septum here, and it has a complete C shape to it. It's buckling to the left. That's why she couldn't breathe. So she's gonna breathe like a champ now because I'm taking this crooked part of her septum out, add cartilage to it, so she has a more aesthetic nostril relationship to her tip. We're gonna weaken her bone with some chisel cuts. The bones are very wide. I need to narrow them. Okay, we're starting to get there. So I'm tucking the tail ends of her cartilage into these soft tissue skin pockets, and that's gonna provide a lot of strength to her nostril rims and a lot of projection. Okay, we've supported her cartilage, added cartilage to it, made it stronger. I'm putting this one in the tip. We're gonna give her some projection and shape. So everything has gone very well. I'm gonna put the cast or the splint on, and she's gonna heal. She's gonna do fantastic.
It's been several weeks since that surgery. In a doctor's exclusive, Hazel-E is here to show off her brand new nose for the very first time. Your nose looks great. What do you think about it?
It's amazing. It's only been 3 weeks, so, you know, it's still swollen, but the shape of it, like the fact that Dr. Givami lifted this tip up to give her that toucan Sam beak, I'm ecstatic.
No, I mean, Dr. Givami, it's always a challenge when you have somebody who went through trauma, injured their nose, and you're reversing that, but at the same time, you're making other cosmetic changes.
Exactly. It was really a double whammy, and I love surgeries like this because it's kind of like an adventure. It's like I'm going through the Amazon with a machete trying to see what there is, what exists, what's going on. So I had to basically take everything apart, take it back to its native cartilage that God provided for her, and now that I saw it was injured in certain places, relocate, strengthen it, take cartilage from her ear. Really what she needed was a lot of projection, narrowing, and symmetry. Plus, she couldn't breathe at all from her left side. And by projection, I mean her tip, like she says, the toucan thing, but what happens is the cartilage complex, the whole tip cartilage, was essentially falling off of her nose. So it had no support, and you could just push into it.
And for all the haters that said you did this just because, for vanity, because you needed a nose job, I mean, clearly.
Clearly, like, who does that? I live...
Just stop it, you haters. She needed this nose job.
Hazel-E, I want to ask you, this wasn't the only medical health issue you had recently, and you went through something that in a lot of ways was just as traumatic. Can you tell us about that, if you would?
Yeah, that was just, I mean, I had a miscarriage. It was pretty unfortunate because I actually really wanted this baby at the time, and I had fibroids, and I didn't even know like about fibroids or anything till I got pregnant. So, you know, and then people said I wasn't, so I was like all emotional and on my social media, like, here's my medical reports. And then my manager's like, take that down. So, I mean, you know, it was unfortunate, and, you know, I didn't understand it till I went through it. And then when I shared it, and the fact that people didn't believe me, it was just another blow. Like, what can I do?
You've been through a lot this year.
Oh, man.
But you know what? It seems like you're coming out the other side of it. And I know your sister, Brittany, is here. Now, Brittany, have you seen her nose until now?
No, I was just telling Dr. Givami, she sends me Snapchats with filters on her face. And I'm like, I'm your sister. Let me see it. And she's like, and it looks stunning. My sister doesn't look different. She looks happy. That's all that I care about. I don't want to cry.
I know.
But I'm her baby sister. And now to see her sitting here, she's happy. She's loving life. She loves her nose. She's been waiting to show it off, and she looks great.
And clearly, you got some quality family behind you all the way. We wish you just a ton of success going forward. We're so glad you got the result you deserve, and many blessings. Dr. Givami, great job. Brittany, thank you for being with us. We'll be right back.